Hey, what is going on, everybody? Thank you for taking a few minutes to check out my video today. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. I'm the Stone Mando, or you can call me Cody. And today I have a skeleton crew figure that I'm really excited to share with y'all today. And this is meanwhile, I went for a little figure hunt with my wife, and I was going looking for GameStops, and I was specifically looking for Brutus. And there is no better feeling than when you go for a figure hunt, specifically having and you have something in mind that you're really looking for and really wanting. And I've been wanting Brutus for a minute now. I've seen him going stuck on bid bad and just didn't want to. I don't really have anything in my pile of loot. Didn't want to have to pay for the $4 flat rate shipping for like one figure and two shirts. I got some big bad shirts that came in. But that being said, went to GameStop, found the figure, seen it there on the peg, and I was so giddy. There's getting that little adrenaline rush like a kid pulling the toy off the peg is just the best thing ever. But here is Brutus, and man, what a fantastic looking figure! I was so excited to see him on the peg. Like I said, went on a little figure hunt with my wife. We would always go running errands and got to check a couple stores, of course. And I was really looking for this guy. I told my wife, I was like, I'm really looking for this. He's a werewolf space pirate. It doesn't get any more Star Wars than him, man. And the box looks awesome as well. Loved the show. Skeleton Crew is so much fun. Had me drawn in within the first 15 minutes. Brutus was so badass. It's just really looking forward to seeing where this show takes us. But man, this is a great looking figure. This is probably going to be in my top 10 for 2024. It's just a lot of deco, amazing paint, brand new sculpt head to toe, 5 blasters, and they all have paint on them. So let's not waste any more time and let's get this thing open to take a closer look. Yo, y'all, holy shit. This is going to be a very fun review. This figure looks fantastic. This is so dope, dude. All right, y'all, dude, here is Brutus out the box. Man, is he. This is a fantastic looking figure, man. This is pure Glup Shido werewolf space pirate Star Wars. It is not getting any more Star Wars than this right here, dude. He looks so fantastic, man. Brand new sculpt head to toe. Oh man, this is there's a lot to take in here. This is a fantastic looking figure, dude. Skeleton Crew was so awesome. I'm definitely planning on picking up Neil now. And hell, I may even pick up some of the other figures. Who knows? I didn't plan on picking up any kid figures, but the show is very good, man. I was hoping for something good, and I'm glad that I enjoyed it, and seems like many others are enjoying it as well. Seems like a show that has kind of united Star Wars fans, kind of like Mandalorian did. But starting off here, dude, just as always, we're gonna get a look at his accessories. 5 blasters, and they all come in paint, and a straight up pirate flintlock style look. Flintlock blasters in the Star Wars galaxy. Look at these, man. We are getting paint on weapons again, ladies and gentlemen. Paint on accessories. That is what I'm talking about. Not one blaster, not two blasters, not three blasters, not four blasters, but 5 freaking blasters. Try to hold that better so y'all can really just, man, so cool. These are some really cool sculpts, man. And we still have 2 more blasters to look at here, y'all. Look at this. Look at this beautiful gold and that brown on here with this little tiny scope. That is very nice. Very clean. That is so cool, dude. All right, last of the 5 blasters we have here with Brutus. Dude, this looks fantastic. So cool. All right, getting on to Brutus here, man. Let's get this in focus for you guys and gals if you happen to be watching. Man, there is a lot to examine here, man. There's a lot of texture on this figure. There's a lot of little I wouldn't say splashes of color, but there's a lot of texture and different color palettes here. Definitely a darker, earthier tone. But man, this is radical, man. This is a radical looking figure. Even before everybody seeing Skeleton Crew, everybody was probably going to pick this guy to put it in their cantina and just a badass looking figure in general. But man, the show is really fantastic. So this whole piece here seems to be an overlay that's really nice, a whole rubber torso overlay, and so we can get his arms nice full T position like that. It's very nice. See these nice deep cut hinges in the elbows here. Get right at Yeah, a little less than 90 here at the elbow. Very nice. Arms do spin into 360 degrees, but just because of the overlay and the way that his these feathers and this hair and shoulder of the shoulder pad just comes over, that would make it a little complicated. But the overlay is definitely a nice addition. This is allows for really good shoulder mobility. He does have some butterfly joints in here. I don't know if y'all can catch that on camera. Yeah, there we go. Yep, you can see that in there. So very nice, man. One thing that I'm looking at here that I think would have been nice is some paint on the nails. That's the only thing I'm really pointing out at this figure right now is just there's no paint on the nails. That's kind of a bummer. But that's a very minor nitpick, dude. The red on the eyes looks great. The teeth are super clean. The sculpt of the hair is incredible with the ears coming up to the side. Just a man, this is a freaking fantastic looking figure. Very nice head of silver here on the belt buckle. Some really nice gold right here. Little bits of silver and gold. This whole like belts and like almost like a cross crotch like holster overlay is just so cool. And then the chest holsters, that's badass, man. I'm probably gonna have to because I think certain these look like smaller and larger for certain reasons. So I believe certain blasters go in certain positions, I would say. But he's got a blaster here on his left hip, here down here on his right thigh, and then three going across his chest, like straight up Blackbeard style, man. Like this kind of like orangish trim going around his sleeve here, this the cuff of his sleeve. There's even some nice weathering down on the ends here, and I'll give y'all a closer look at that as well. Even on this rubber, soft rubber, like kind of comma skirt, and it is flayed into two pieces to help with leg mobility. And the weathering goes behind too. That's a really nice addition. You see how it kind of carries over, and then even if you had it spread out, it's that's very cool. Got some nice ripples and folds in the soft plastic here, which if you're a fan of Landspeeder Luke, you know he's a fan of hard plastic over soft goods, and this one was the right call. Like this kind of color they use for in the texture on here to kind of show it's like a leathery look. Even some nice texture here on this back of the armor. Very nice, man. Lots of sculpting. There's a little like tassel hanging here. Very cool. Getting down to his legs here. I forgot we were on articulation. He can actually, even with, you can see this overlay, the way that the holster is, he does. Now, this piece, trying to see, I feel like this part on his leg may be sculpted. Yeah, I believe this part of the bandolier is sculpted in and it's glued on. This part of the holster is glued on to the holster right here. But all this is an overlay, but he can kick out in front of him pretty far straight. There's going to be probably a little bit of limited range of kickback just because of the comma here, but he does have a little bit right there, so not too bad. Got a nice deep single joint knee, so you can get that's a pretty nice single joint right there. Get that's well below 90, I'd say, or maybe not well. That's below 90 though, so that's very nice. Nice kind of like a maroonish color, burgundy color on the pants here, and this kind of like orangish pumpkin. I don't even like color you'd call that, but I really like it. It blends together very nicely. Feet go down. There we go. Feet go down about that far. They also come up a little decent amount, not a whole lot. And then there is, of course, rockers. So man, this is really nice figure. I'm gonna try to put in a couple poses and see how it looks real quick. But well, actually, let me show you a closer look at the take a little bit closer look at the sculpt work here. And now we're getting real nice, close, and personal with Brutus here, man. And just look at the eyes and the teeth. Very precise, very well done. I love the red. The blue tone on his skin is very nice as well. The hair is very well done with the ears. Maybe we would have liked to seen a little bit of paint right there on the inside of the ear, maybe like a light brown or paint color, but no big deal. There's the back right there. Very nice sculpting. Look at all this texture on the back of his armor here. Nice leathery look on the bandolier here. There's a tassel. All the texture all over from the hard goods plastic skirt here he's got and on his jacket. Got some nice trim here on his cuff. Man, the sculpting is phenomenal on this thing. Look at his shoulder pads. That kind of like feathered hairy look. Really nice texture on this thing, man. Getting down here into some nice silver. There's the pants and the boots, of course. So I give you a nice look at the back of the legs, just for curious. Say this is sculpted on. It would have been nice if that was an overlay, in my opinion. If this piece was just a straight overlay to go along with this, and they didn't glue this, but that's just me nitpicking. But so that I do believe this is sculpted in. It does seem like, yeah, pretty, yeah, that's sculpted in. So man, just so look at this. This is an awesome figure, man. I have a really good feeling about Skeleton Crew, man, and I think unfortunately, like Acolyte didn't do as well. I didn't kind of enjoy it, but I can see the issues that people had with it. The figures were phenomenal, but I have a feeling we're going to get a phenomenal show with these phenomenal figures. And almost one more thing, I almost skimmed over real quick is got some nice head rotation here, nice head mobility. Got some side to side, so you can get some nice expression. He can look down a little bit, looks up a little bit more than he can look down. But and then for ab crunch, got a pretty little nice bit of range here, some side to side and rotation. And here's his blasters in. Look how freaking badass this looks, man. So just to help y'all, I had to Google reference just to get Google image search some pictures of Brutus, and I believe this is how the blasters are. He's got this big one that goes on his right hip right here, his right thigh. This one of the smaller ones that goes on his left hip, and then he's got a small one at his top, a bigger one in the middle, and then the smaller one again. So the flintlocks are kind of like on the outside, and then the more typical looking blaster is in the middle. So, but man, does he look badass or freaking what? So, just real quick, kind of just throw him in some poses here, do a little live pose off, and you can just check that out, man. Little nice pose right here. Look how fantastic he looks. And here he is going to grab one of his other blasters. Look at that, man. This is an awesome figure, dude. Pure Star Wars glup shido right here, man. Look at this. I mean, you just don't get any cooler than that, man. Werewolf Space Pirate. And I know this that both of these are trigger hands, but it almost the way that his hand looks, you could almost use it as like a pointing finger. So this is a really badass pose right here, man. Really works well as like another like a pointing finger, you know. And check that out. Here is Brutus dual wielding here. This is so freaking badass, man. Look at that. And just man, with these butterfly joints and these deep cut ball joint shoulders, you can just get some really nice natural looking poses with Brutus here, man. This is such this is a fire figure, man. What a unexpected arrival, man. I am really looking forward to seeing where this show leads us and learning more about these characters, man. Now, this character is, from my knowledge, based off of Arleo Shush, which is a Lax Sivrak species in Star Wars, which was George Lucas did take out in the special edition version because initially in Star Wars 77: A New Hope, that was just a off the shelf Halloween werewolf mask. If you remember seeing that werewolf in A New Hope, which I'm sure you do if you're watching my figure review, but maybe you don't. If you're watching A New Hope and you see that werewolf guy with the red eyes, this character is based off that species called a Lax Sivrak, and that werewolf's name was called Arleo Shush. But that mask was just a random Halloween mask that they used last minute just to make the scene fill out the scene or whatever. And then George Lucas did end up replacing that with another species, but it's still an iconic glup shido from the OT, the original trilogy. So man, I am so pleased with this. This is definitely, and this is not recency bias at all either. This is going to be in my top 10 figures for 2024 from the Black Series, no doubt, man. No doubt in my mind. The amount of sculpting and the decent amount of paint. There's paint on all five of these blasters. Not two, not three, five of these blasters. There's paint all over the figure itself. We have some really nice hard goods, plastic right here, hard plastic. Just the amount of sculpting on the figure itself, all the armor, this nice rubber torso overlay is just very nice. We got all the modern articulation, butterfly joints, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, if somebody out there knows, I do believe that these are ball jointed wrists right here. So that is something that I noticed earlier. It's got a lot of movement in there. So there's some back and forth and up and down. So if I am wrong, if that's just the way that the figure is and there are hinges in there, let me know. But I do believe that these have this figure has ball jointed wrists, which is really nice to see. I hope they start implementing that more with figures in the future. Another thing that I meant to mention earlier when we were going over articulation, there is no thigh cut, no thigh swivel on here. It's just your typical dumbbell hip ball joint in there. But even still, man, this is such a fantastic figure. I have, oh man, what a radical, unexpected release, man. So awesome. And just for fun, so just a couple side by side comparisons, just to give you an idea of the scale that this is going to have in the line. And here is him, and on the left here is Bosk, and on the right is the 2020 Stormtrooper. Now standing here on the right, of course, is Captain Rex, and on the left is the Mines of Mandalore version of Din Djarin the Mandalorian. So I figured the last proper send off for the side by side comparison should be like a Star Wars 77 Cantina reference. And here on the left is the brand new out of this year, 2024. Probably, not probably, it's a contender for my top 10 best figures of 2024 for the Black Series. One of the best Ithorians. It's only the second Ithorian sculpted in the line, but still. Love this figure. This is Momane Dawn. And then here on the left is Greedo, the Rhodian. Well, yeah, I really can't speak any more highly about this figure. My one nitpick is that I wish that his claws, his fingernails, had some paint on them. But other than that, man, I really, and then maybe like a slight more like pink, light pink or brown color on the inside of the ear right there. But that is literally minor nitpicks, very minuscule. The eyes are super red. It's just so badass, man. Pure Glup Shadow. You don't get any more Star Wars than this. I've really enjoyed the first two episodes of Skeleton Crew. It was a really fun adventure. I look forward to seeing where this show takes us in the future. And I definitely plan on picking up Neil. And at this point, man, I really did enjoy the show so much. I probably will pick up more of the figures in the wave, like Fern, KB, Wim. I'll probably pick up, what's his name? John Nana Wood. Jude Law's character. I'll probably end up picking more of these Skeleton Crew figures up because I really did enjoy the show that much. Very nostalgic ET Goonies vibe, like everything that we were, all the expectations that I kind of had going into this, it superseded that. To be quite honest with you, the first 15 minutes, it had me hooked in. I really enjoyed it very much, and I hope you did too. But I appreciate y'all taking a few minutes to spend your time with me and let me show off this awesome figure with y'all. I hope this kind of persuaded you to go get it. I highly recommend picking up this figure if you find it. Just pure all Star Wars awesomeness right here, man. But I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I appreciate you taking the time to spend with me. May the force be with you.